Hi everybody, welcome to Shaw TV's brand new show, Where You Live. Today we celebrate the joie de vivre of our francophone community amongst all of the wonderment of Festival Du Voyageur.
I'm Blair Malstravich at Fort Gibraltar, and I'm going to learn about the ancient art of forging.
Hey, it's Kevin Hirschfield, and coming up, I speak with Barney Morin, a volunteer interpreter who portrays a Métis freeman in that shack behind me.
And I'm Mike Valente. Oh my goodness, Festival Du Voyageur, one of my favorite things to do in Winnipeg. Coming up, Tracy's gonna chat with the man responsible for feeding everyone around these parts. But first, I sat down with two outstanding volunteers here with Festival Du Voyageur. We're at Fort Gibraltar here today, guys. We're cozied up by the fire. How are you?
Great.
You doing well?
Great day.
Let's do some intros. So tell us who you are and how'd you get involved with Festival?
Bonjour, my name is Pierre. I've been a volunteer for Festival Du Voyageur for over 35 years.
Beautiful.
I'm Joel and with Pierre as well. We're the Goulet Council, where we've been working with the festival for a long, long time. I'm very happy to do so.
That's fantastic. So when you guys are actually at Festival, what are your duties? Like, what are your roles during the days of?
During this festival, we're in charge of the ball at the Centre Culturel, francophone. We've been doing that for quite a few years. Our council has been involved basically since day one, Conseil Goulet. And we've basically been involved with the bar recently, but previously we were involved through the whole thing. We started at the, if we go way back, at the hall at Pédichisson, our own parish hall. We used to start with the pancake breakfast. And then later on, we had that for quite a few years, and later on, we moved to the Centre Culturel. We were taking care of the kitchen, the meal during the noon hour, and then the bar later on at night.
So Joel, there's a lot of volunteers just generally that assist with Festival every year. You two knew each other, your friendship has formed over the years volunteering at Festival. But talk about some of the other friendships that you've made. Like, it's a great sense of community, isn't it?
Well, it's great. The festival is part of us in the sense, you know, it's the French culture, knowing people, it's the furs that are going on, it's the knowledge of all the stuff that the festival offers, basically. One of my first experiences with coming to the festival was I met my wife. We were in the Boy Scouts at that time. She was a leader in Winnipeg. I was in St. Malo, and we met there basically and started writing, and eventually we got married basically. So wow. It's a good thing to sing happy birthday at your wife end of February or during the festival. So, you know.
Love was in the air.
Yeah. Love was in the air, exactly. Yeah. And I was been on the board of the festival for a couple of years. Fortunate enough to be at the time when the Fort Gibraltar here was built. It was a very exciting time and so on. So it's a cultural thing, and you're right. We do meet a lot of people, about the volunteers who work for us in the bars and doing different things. Mm-hmm. But we also see a lot of the entertainment, the stuff that goes on in the background and so on, and volunteers that are working here in the park, for example, instead of being with us and see how they're doing. And you know, it's a good way to find out a channel of what the festival is doing and who the good artists are and so on.
Where? And I want to make a bottom tool that will fit in both this.
I make tools. And it might seem sort of simplistic to say that, but carpenters need hammers, masons need chisels, and just around here there's a whole lot of just metal trinkets that hold the physical structure together. There's pins in the gates, bars on windows, doors have hinges, latches, and we just make sure everybody can do their job and the place stays standing. It's more rewarding than it is hard. It's a lot of fun to take something and make something out of steel. It's there forever. You take a lot of pride in your work. It's only hard when you're burning yourself and whatever you're making is not turning out quite the way you'd like it to. The Egyptians didn't build the pyramids just by rock alone, so they had tools there, and it's just sort of progressed with scientific innovation. There was the Copper Age, Iron Age, and with the Industrial Revolution they got much better at refining steel materials, And when you think about it, the Eiffel Tower is held together with rivets. And so blacksmithing has been around a good long while just because you need something with durability. And it's kind of the bedrock of science. I'm a nerd for this stuff. I like doing this. So if people come in with very particular questions, why are you doing that? What temperature is the metal working at? Why do you cool it in such a way? That's fun. But also you get people who know nothing about metalwork. So they come in and they say, do you make swords? No, we don't, but I can tell you why we don't around here. Or do you make horseshoes? No, we don't, but I can tell you why we don't and who would. And that's just the sort of thing. Like this is not something that's altogether too common. And so for people to come in and just either have their expectations met or surpassed or just be introduced to it, that's fun too, because I was introduced to it a while ago and, well, look at me now. This is something tactile and permanent. Cell phones and games are not permanent. This is something you can do and develop skills, and it will take you places, and it will just help you be, I like to think, a more well-rounded person too, just because the more things you do, the more balance you have, and also you never go home angry when you are hitting metal all day. You just go home and you're just happy. So you draw out the shank.
And I am sitting with the man responsible for feeding hundreds of people during Festival, Sean Branson. And Sean, I've known you for so many years, a chef, a restaurateur, a businessman, and now this. How did you get involved, and how has it changed and made you who you are today?
Yeah, well, we had a great opportunity May 2011 to come and be the official caterer all year at Fort Gibraltar. One of the things that we really wanted to do in 2012, which was our first festival, is to be heavily involved and be here and showcase what Fort Gibraltar is all about for potential clients throughout the year. And then also to help with the food service, because thousands of people are coming through the doors, and we just wanted to be part of that.
So how did all your experience, I guess, help you in developing the menu and creating that ambiance of comfort food, which is the heart of French cuisine?
French food for me, when I worked back in the 90s at Beaujolais restaurant, really rang a chord for me. And when we decided to close Provence Bistro and look where to relocate, we wanted to be in St. Boniface. We bought Promenade Cafe and Wine. And then part of Festival. But French cuisine is kind of the king as far as you can trace things back to sauces and things like that. That's the way to go. And the French-Canadian culture, whether it's tourtière, sugar pie, or all these things, are incredibly good comfort food that just works great all year, including in a nice February, crisp February day as well.
Oh, and that's true. We're talking about weather, Winnipeg, winter.
Yeah.
I guess what are some of the hurdles you have had to overcome because, one, trying to keep food warm or trying vis-a-vis keeping food cold?
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate that we do have a full kitchen at Fort Gibraltar, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the tents. Hopefully not the jump, not too much of a jump. So I mean, for the tents is very good because we have a fully operational kitchen that works out well there for the tent food. And then inside the Great Hall, which we're in right now, we serve lunches and dinners, and our kitchen is just off of this area, so it helps out really good. But it's a lot of understanding food, planning food, you know, and making sure that things retain its quality, because we're not ordering bags of fries or anything like that. We're ordering whole, like, pounds and pounds of Manitoba potatoes, cooking them, mashing them, making tourtières from scratch for weeks beforehand. So our chefs have been busy for a very long time, and it's harder, but it just tastes better. It feels better.